And then they found out the next day, called me, you need to go to the emergency room. An amazing day. This is Jumi, founder and creator of Glam Naturally Oil. Thank you so much for tuning in, and this is going to be different from my regular videos because on YouTube I normally share my hair care regimen. I've been documenting this since 2018, and now I am going to be introducing something new to my audience. So please keep following, and I honestly hope that this would educate you more because I'm creating a platform for women that are dealing with hair loss issues or hair growth issues or just hair care issues period, because I have suffered a lot and I have shared some of it in my Instagram pages, on my Facebook pages. I've also shared some of it on even on YouTube. I think I did share that as well. But so the first segment of this episode is going to be talking about a lot of the personal issues that I went through that affected my hair growth and how I have overcome, and I'm overcoming this, and the platform is actually, well, I guess I can introduce this here. I'm excited. So Jumi Grow is going to be rebranded to be a platform for women like myself, because I just honestly feel like God has placed me on this earth to be a blessing to help as many people as possible. So I'm going to be doing just that, as many women as myself that have suffered any form of hair loss, and to educate you more on the things that you can be doing and cannot be doing, when it comes to, hair growth or hair loss or anything regarding that topic in general. There's so many things you can do not to make it get worse. So I want to be here to help you and educate you to know better about this. So the first thing I'm going to be actually talking about today, which I'm excited to share because I know of so many women that has gone through this issue, and I've actually shared it with me on my Instagram page as well. But the first thing I'm going to talk about is anemia, and I'm going to share my personal story of how I was diagnosed with anemia in 2014 and how that affected my hair growth for quite a long time. And I really feel like that's probably one of the reasons why my postpartum alopecia was actually really bad, because I suffered anemia in 2014, and then in 2016 I had my daughter, my second child, and then in 2017 I suffered postpartum alopecia. I don't know, it's kind of making sense, right? But I want to stop and take it all the way to the beginning because I feel like we need to be educated about this. So I'll tell you my personal story, what I went through when in anemia, and how I tried to overcome this. So I'm going to try to break this into different segments because I don't want this entire video to talk about literally my hair loss journey and my hair growth issues and what I went through. So I'm going to try to break it into different segments. So the first thing I'm going to be talking about is anemia and my personal story and how anemia affected my hair and how I suffered hair loss even during that time and had no clue that it would actually affect me even more after I had my daughter. So I'm going to be talking about postpartum alopecia and hair loss after, I think in my next segment, and how you're eventually going to connect the dots. So for those that are viewing, if this is your first time coming on this page, thank you so much for tuning in. But can you do me a quick favor and not just watch? Can you do me that favor? Do you see that red button? Can you just click on it and subscribe? And also click on the notification bell so that you don't miss anything from me moving forward. And I'm going to get really raw and deep into this conversation, into details as well. So welcome and welcome and welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for tuning in again. So I'm going to actually take it all the way back to 2014 when I was experiencing symptoms of anemia and I had no clue. I mean, I didn't know any better, and I was one of those people that was very guilty, and I didn't really do my annual physical every year, because you know how when you're young you feel like you're young and you're untouchable, but I was in that state. It wasn't after, I think it was in 2014, that was when I started going to the doctors very seriously, because I literally felt like my life flashed right in front of me, because you know how doctors sometimes they exaggerate the situation. So since then I decided that, you know what, every year I'm going to do my annual physical. So make sure, if you're listening to me right now and you're one of those that don't do annual physical, please, just for the sake of your loved ones and for yourself as well, because I know you love yourself, make sure you are doing this every year, or at least once every year, or twice a year. That would be awesome. You know, it's a good thing, because I would have probably found out much earlier that I was anemic before then. So I'm gonna fast forward before 2014. I had my first child in 2012. Missy, my darling daughter. She was my first, and before then I was not really like one of these health fanatics. I mean, I work out, but I'm not crazy about it. But after she was born, I gained, horrible. So before she was born, during the pregnancy, before the pregnancy, I was 150 pounds, yeah? During the pregnancy, I gained 50 pounds. So when she was born, you know how they tell you, oh, once you start breastfeeding, don't worry, you're gonna lose the weight. I didn't lose the weight. I mean, I lost 15 pounds, but I was still carrying an extra 35 pounds around that I honestly could not stand. Owing to the fact that I was always like a skinny girl all my life, I've always been tiny, and then all of a sudden I'm carrying this extra weight that grew up for me in 9 months. I didn't like it. I breastfed for a year. I didn't take my prenatal vitamins throughout the time I was breastfeeding. Horrible, horrible, horrible. I didn't know any better. Anyways, I went to start a diet plan after my daughter was born, and a year after Missy. That's in this is now 2015. No, sorry, 2013. Yep, I went on a diet. I didn't go to any doctor to do it. I went on an app called Lose It, and I'm going to drop down the information down below. If you're one of the people that are struggling with weight loss and you really want to, like, you're serious about it. I didn't drink any tea. I literally swapped. I was eating very healthy. So it's basically an app that calculates your calories for you every day. So as a woman of my age, I am supposed to consume 2,000 calories a day, yeah? And if I am consuming over 2,000 calories a day, guess what? I'm going to be gaining weight. If I am consuming less than 2,000 calories a day, or maybe 2,000 calories a day, I will maintain my weight. And if it's less, I would lose weight. So what I did was I chose to do 1,500 calories a day to lose my pregnancy weight. And that included me not eating meat anymore. So I cut down red meat, which is something I grew up eating. But because of the pregnancy, and I read up on it that it's better, you know, it helps with your weight loss to stop eating it. So I just stopped eating red meat. Well, that actually ended up having an effect on, because I was not replacing my red blood cells, because you know when you're eating a lot of iron-rich food or things that are rich in iron, it helps you maintain your red blood cells. So I wasn't eating enough spinach. I mean, I was on a diet, yeah, but if you're not eating red meat, you have to be consuming maybe loads and loads of spinach a day to replace that. And I was not taking my vitamins. So many bad habits I was doing. And it affected me, because 2 years later, I mean, I lost the weight, don't get me wrong. Maybe if I had seen a nutritionist, they would have told me how to balance, you know, what to eat. Based on the fact that now that you're eating less, because now I was not eating anything sweet anymore, I was just replacing everything with fruit. I was eating fish and chicken, but not that much, because I was just literally counting. I was very cautious of what I was putting. I was measuring everything when it came to eating. But I did lose the weight. Literally within 6 months, I was back to my regular 150. I actually went down to 145. My size pounds, and I was good to go. But then in 2014, well, I was eating moderately, but I wasn't consuming enough iron-based food to replace my red blood cells. So it caught up with me 2 years later. In 2014, oh my God, I noticed that I was addicted to ice. I mean, like, it was winter, as in winter, and I'm literally craving. I'm going to the freezer and craving ice. That should have been my first, like, you know, flag that, something's not right. Why am I craving ice? But I just thought it's normal. A lot of women say that they crave ice, right? Oh, I like ice. You know, we think it's normal. But then if you're eating a lot of more ice than food, then you should start looking into it. That was my number one thing, that, oh, it's normal, I can eat ice. But then it got really worse, that I cannot stop thinking about ice. And then I have one of my very close friends as well that She didn't know she was anemic until she came to my house one day and she told me how she was addicted to a particular Nigerian, I won't call it a snack, but it has to be in a dry form. She was addicted to it. I wanted to find out that she was extremely anemic. So if you're watching this video and you notice that you are addicted to something odd, like I was addicted to gum. I used to love, I could consume 10 gum a day and literally swallow it. This is not something that I just throw away. I have to swallow gum. Like, you know, all those strange things. If you notice that your body is like craving weird stuff, you might be lacking iron. And that was what happened to me. It got really bad that one day, I mean, it wasn't just a one day actually. It happened over a period of time. I was noticing that no matter how much I slept, I was tired. My brain was not processing stuff faster anymore. That I kept thinking, am I dumb? Why am I acting so unintelligent? I didn't know it was iron deficiency. And I was just tired. I was weak. And I was only 27. I'm like, this is not normal. That was the only thing that made me go to the doctor. That something's not right. So they took a blood test. And then they found out the next day, called me, you need to go to the emergency room right now. I'm like, why? Because you need blood. You're literally supposed to be 14 point something for the ones, if you're a nurse, but you're a doctor. I am never in that field, so you understand what I'm talking about, right? And mine was like 6.5, which was, oh my God, I had no blood and I had blood, but I didn't have enough blood to function like a normal human being should. And then I had every period as well. It's horrible. I was losing blood and I was not eating things to replace it more. So I'm still the kind of person that don't like meat. So now I'm very conscious of when I'm eating, you know, anemia is still there. So they told, well, I don't suffer from anemia anymore because I had to treat it a different way. But that's another thing I'm going to talk about in another video. So the doctor told me to take blood. I didn't want to take blood. I didn't want to put somebody else's blood in me. So I told them, they did all kind of tests on me, by the way. They thought I had cancer. They thought I had so many health issues. But thank God, everything was fine. It was just anemia. I'm going to read some of the things I found online about anemia. It says, so if you're watching this and you're not sure if you're anemic, I'm just going to read some of the things online from mayoclinic.org. I'm going to drop the information down below as well, so you can research about this. If it's something that you're going through or you've never been through, or you're actually thinking someone that you know might be going through the same issue, please let me know. So one of the first symptoms is fatigue. I suffered that. Weakness. I suffered that as well. Pale or yellowish skin, irregular heartburns, shortness of breath, dizziness or lightheadedness. I went through that like a lot, especially a month or 2 months before I actually got the real diagnosis for it. Chest pain, cold hands and feet, headaches. It's very uncomfortable, right? So you have to definitely make sure you are always doing your blood work to check that you're not anemic. Because another thing I noticed during that time, it should have been a red flag, but it wasn't, because I always had braids and protective hairstyling. But I noticed when I took out my braids, it was falling. My hair was falling. Like I was shedding a lot. It was very bad. It was unusual. Like I'm going to post a picture as well so that you can see what I went through before and after when I was anemic and when I'm not. So if you notice that your hair is shedding like crazy, or it's not growing, or it's just mad, it's just there. It might be that, you know, it's something that needs to be treated inside out. I do my, I don't joke with my physicals now. I do my physical twice a year just to make sure everything is on point. I don't play with that. So please, your health is wealth. Health is important. Make sure you are checking on your health, your blood work. Make sure if you notice a sign or something unusual is going on with your body always actually tells you when something is off or when something is wrong. So listen to your body, okay? Please make sure you listen to your body. Don't take that for granted, okay? I really truly hope that this video helps and has helped someone today. If you are suffering anemia, please take your iron pills. Your doctors will probably recommend what's best for you, but I recommend for you to take your iron pills and make sure you eat food. If you are not a vegetarian, if you can eat red meat, you know, that's the fastest way to get it into you, to be honest. You can eat chicken, so you can eat red meat, pork or poultry. You can eat seafood, you can eat beans, you can eat dark green leaves such as spinach. You can eat dried fruits and raisins and apricots. You can eat iron-fortified cereals, anything with iron, breads and pastas, peas, anything with iron. Just make sure you eat a lot of them. Drink a lot of water as well. You know, just keep a healthy diet, know better, and that's why I'm doing this video for you. And if this video has truly helped you, please let me know. I am going to be doing more of this, I promise you. But make sure you go on my website at www.jumigrow.com and subscribe to my email list. I will be sending you at least 2, I promise you're not going to be spent 2 times a week hair care regimen, contents, anything to help your hair grow better. Thank you so much for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, click on that button. You know this helped you, didn't you? This video definitely helped you, my darling, and I know it did. But I appreciate you for tuning in today and staying with me, okay? While we're going to be bringing in more and more and more of this to you. If this has helped you in any way, just drop a comment below. Let me know. And you can also reach out to me on my Instagram page at @JumiGrow. Thank you so much and have an awesome day. For those that are viewing, if this is your first time